Welcome to another episode of Numismatic Notes with Benjamin. If you are a collector who likes to go on a deep dive with the banknote, its design, and the security aspects of your note, then you might enjoy this video and you might enjoy my channel, Numismatic Notes with Benjamin. If you've never subscribed to my channel, please click on the subscription button in the lower right-hand corner. If you have subscribed to my channel, please talk about it. Comment, share, and get your friends to subscribe as well. I have almost 90 videos for your viewing pleasure, and I'm adding new content weekly. Tonight I'm going to be sharing with you a South African 50 Rand banknote. It is a banknote that has been seen on many channels before, but I was pretty pleased with a little bit of additional information that I found on this banknote. I use the Standard Catalog of World Paper Money as a reference. In addition, Wikipedia, the banknote book, and I also used a couple of websites. One of them was intraveler.com, and I also used a pretty neat augmented reality application created by the Reserve Bank of South Africa, and I downloaded it onto my Android phone. It was a pretty neat app, and I would encourage you to get it and look at your most current South African banknotes using that app. This is a 50 Rand. It measures 140 by 70 millimeters, and it was released in 2018 on what would have been the 100th birthday of Nelson Mandela. The note is mostly reds and purples. The Standard Catalog of World Paper Money calls this a PIC 145, while the banknote book calls this B774. This note was printed by the South African Banknote Company. On the face of the note, which is what you see right here, is an image of a smiling Nelson Mandela to the right in intaglio printed portraiture ink. You can also see what appears to be a purpley 50 here. This is actually printed in spark luminescent ink, and it has a rolling bar effect, which means if you tilt the note from top to bottom, the shiny reflective part will move from the top all the way down to the bottom of the 50 there. And you'll also notice what is a batik design, which is reminiscent of the unique designs that Mandela used to wear on his shirts. I was interested to find that out. Also, you may notice I'm trying to use a new pointer. One of my commentators that didn't seem to like my fingers being used as a pointer, and so I thought, well, I'll try a chopstick instead. So I'm using one of my metal chopsticks that I got when I lived in Korea to use as a pointer. And I'll point out that up here in the upper left-hand corner, there are the arms of the nation, and uniquely, and you may even be able to see it here too, the same arms of the nation appear in the 4mm wide security thread. There is a registration device in the bottom left-hand corner, right here, and when you hold this up to the light, the complete image of a lion appears. And it's appropriate that it's a lion here, because on the other South African Reserve banknotes of 50 Rand, the lion is a popular theme for that denomination. There seems to be some lions over here too, and it makes sense since this is the 50 Rand denomination. The watermark that appears over here is also of Nelson Mandela, and below his portraiture there is a 50 in electrotype. Now take a look here. You see these three raised lines right here, and then over here the three raised lines. You probably can't see that they are raised, but if you do have some vision impairment, you could feel those three raised lines, and that would be an indication that this was a 50 Rand note. Let's get back to that hologram or holographic windowed security thread right here. In addition to the arms of the nation, there are the words SARB, which stands for the South African Reserve Bank, as well as 50 Rand. If you take a look here to the left, and in a corresponding place on the back, you can see what some people term champagne bubbles, what some people term Omron rings, and what some term Orion constellations. Those are a device that is designed with current printers and photocopy machines to just disable and to disallow the printing of a banknote. South African Reserve Bank just calls them little dots. But anyway, that is what they are. There is also, if you have a magnifying glass, microprinting in each of these little animals to the left of Madiba's face. And that's it for the front of the note. Oh, I guess I should point out that over here we have vertical legends commemorate the centennial. Mandela Centennial 1918, 2018. And while I can't verify this, I looked, it looks like some of these figures of animals and hunters come from Sun Art. And I wish I had more information on that. I was unable to unearth anything more than that, and that may not even be what those arts represent. But I could find nothing from the official bank that detailed what those images were. Let's turn the note over and let's look at the back of this splendid centennial note. While I'm turning it over, if you haven't thought about subscribing, please go ahead and click on that subscription button. I do appreciate all my subscribers, and I'm pretty sure you would enjoy my other content. Let's get this settled. Okay, here on the back of this note, we have text that is not just in English, but we have texts that are in two of the other languages that are used in South Africa. In this case, Venda and Xhosa. And I want to apologize if I am not pronouncing those names correctly. I want you to see that there is a vertical serial number in black over here to the left. And up here at the top, we have a horizontal serial number that also uses ascending size serial number. So it's a little bit fancy. The C at the end of this serial number indicates that this is a serial number printed on a 50 rand. You will not find a C printed at the end of a serial number of any other denomination in this series of South African banknotes. Mandela, or Madiba, as he is also known, is sitting here in an image where he's wearing a traditional outfit. This is from a photograph taken in 1961 by Eli Weinberg, and it's a rather iconic picture of the civil rights activist. Now, the theme of the back of this note I have seen described as a picture of Mandela behind iron bars. Well, it's actually a little bit more beautiful than that. The scene depicted is of Howick, which is in, the Natal somewhere. Kwaza. I'm embarrassed that I don't know that more. I should have written it down. But it is the last place where Mandela experienced freedom for almost 27 years. He was captured here at Howick and was remanded to imprisonment. First at Robben Island, and after hiding for 17 months, they caught up with him here, and this is where he was caught. So what they did after his release and after his presidency, they honored the history of this place by creating a sculpture that, when viewed from certain ways, all these iron bars that were buried vertically in the ground were carved in such a way that when viewed at certain angles, they formed the portrait of Nelson Mandela. It's truly an interesting interactive art installment. And you can see this sculpture about an hour's drive south of Durban. So if I ever get to South Africa, this is something I would want to see. The sculpture was installed in 2012, and it was created by Marco Cianfinelli. It consists of 50 steel columns that, when viewed from a specific angle, create the head of Nelson Mandela. So I was right, and it kind of alludes to his imprisonment, but it is also very symbolic in that the bars that could have formed his imprisonment also could become a beautiful work of art that helped to make Mandela what he became in the minds of his followers and supporters from around the world. There's a lot to like about this banknote. I want to also thank the South African Reserve Bank app for additional details that it gave on the images and the security devices used in this series of notes. This is an absolutely gorgeous note. It's a beautiful series. I was first inspired to get this note because of my friend the Money Man's video he did on the complete banknotes of this series of South Africa. I'd encourage you to visit his channel as well as mine. I am Benjamin. This has been Numismatic Notes with Benjamin. Have a jewel of a day. Don't forget to subscribe.